love working on makeover projects, especially when there is a theme to the design. And I wanted to give you guys an inside look of my design process, as well as share some expert tips for your own home makeovers on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. So when it comes to design, you can play it safe by going with a very neutral palette, or you can really push the envelope. And I think two rooms that allow you to do that with your colors and patterns and theme are kids' rooms and playrooms. Today, we'll look back at some great room makeovers. I'll share the design process I used to achieve the look, as well as some practical design tips and tricks. So I worked with a mom who wanted to make a playroom for her 3 young kids, a neutral space that they could all enjoy, and also a space that flowed with the rest of their home, as this playroom was open to other living spaces.
So we have 3 children. We have a daughter, she's 5, our son is 4, and our baby is 2 now. Of course, when you add more children, you mean more toys. And what I found is that we're in this new beautiful home and toys are everywhere. This was driving me crazy.
So when preparing the feel and look of a room, it's always best to start with a mood board. You could do this on your phone, on an iPad, on your computer. I call them digital mood boards, and I just pop in the items that give the general feel of the room. So what I did here was not only go with light colors, but to make it a little bit more different and add some interest, I went with a removable wallpaper. And removable wallpaper is perfect for rooms like playrooms and kids' rooms, because when you are tired of it, it is super easy to remove. You can do it yourself, and it does not damage the walls. And we went in this room with a sort of a whimsy faux wood grain. It almost has a cartoon-like feel, which was perfect for the playroom. I was able to then mix in the linen color for the window treatment and get a great match. And even for the pillows and the sofa, I bought this beautiful textured, natural, darker gray linen. And here I'm able to have an entire set of items that I could easily match with carpeting and everything else. So while we made this room very neutral, it made sense to still bring some color in. And the way that we did that and made it more of a fun playroom vibe was by bringing in the neon sign. And in that sign, it had the most gorgeous shade of aqua. And when Talia and I saw that color, we said, time to bring this color into the room. So when you are introducing a color into a neutral space, try to connect it to at least one more area in that room so it has some continuities. So in this case, we tied it into the map mural above the bookshelves, a very light hand-painted soft tone of that color. Really brought the 2 colors together, and also added a more fun feel to the space by introducing a fresh color. Take off your glasses.
Take off your glasses. Oh my gosh, this is great.
So this is your new
look at
playroom.
Yeah.
So you got all of your books here. This wall, we put all of the storage, so you guys can each have your own drawer and your own bookshelves and everything. So there's a lot of storage solutions that you can continue to grow with the kids.
Oh, wow.
And now each wall kind of underwent its own transformation.
Yes.
Starting with, of course, the mural wall, which you were part of.
Yes.
The color, what do you think of the pop of color?
I love the pop of color. It goes right with the gray.
It worked out, right?
Thing that we have going on. I love the acrylic cells, just like you were talking about earlier today.
One for each.
This is so great. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. So glad that you love it. And the best part of a makeover is, of course, the reveal, and I love that the family is enjoying this space to this day. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, learn how picking the right color can make or break the look.
I'm Tat with FHIA, and we're going to have the opportunity to speak with the homeowner and understand why she made the decision she did in choosing to change out her windows and doors with new hurricane protection on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing sharing a behind-the-scenes look at some of our favorite makeovers and room transformations on the show. And I love makeovers. So for me, when I get started in doing that, I always need somewhere to keep all of the things that I'm working with. So I love storing all of my samples in bins. My favorite color happens to be green, but this also is the color we used in our next makeover, which was a tennis-themed bedroom.
I'm a mom of 2 girls, Julia and Sophia. Sophia is turning 10 soon, and I said maybe I'll surprise her with a transformation for her birthday and a Christmas present together. So I reached out for Alena, and I think she'll never gonna forget it.
The best way that we thought to bring in a tennis theme was by recreating a life-size tennis court vertically on the wall. And this might seem like it is a lot to do, but it was actually quite simple. All I needed was to find the perfect shade of green paint. So a couple other things that I wanted to talk about when planning makeovers. Some tips that maybe when you're doing your own, how do you start? Aside from doing the mood board, something very interesting that we did here was merging 2 styles. And I think that's a great takeaway if you are doing the same in your own room decor. We're bringing you behind the scenes, so I'm going to give you some real behind the scenes things that happen on makeovers. Sometimes things arrive broken, sometimes things don't match. In this case, I opened the boxes of lamps and one was green and one arrived blue. So I couldn't use those lamps for the nightstand. So I was able to grab some plain lamps with white shades that still worked well. We wanted it still to feel a little bit more fun than just a white lamp. I bought some palm fringe and used the hot glue gun to glue it simply around the perimeter. It kind of had the feel of little gray tennis balls. It was girly, it was glam, it was whimsy, and it cost just a few dollars. This was something that wasn't supposed to even be in the room and ended up being such a fun accent to the design.
Oh my God!
What do you think?
I love it.
We knew you loved tennis, so we wanted to give you all-out tennis.
So cute!
What do you think of the court?
I really love it. It's exactly like a tennis court. And then my trophy's just there. And then there's like that ball.
Yep, we added the 3D ball. And look, do you love Sophia's court at the top?
Yeah.
And then
I love it.
over here, we gave you a beautiful bed with fun tennis pillows, some
cute.
sequins, some fur.
And then those chandeliers are so nice.
Beyond my expectations. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I love it.
Oh,
Thank you.
That's so great. You're welcome. Well, we hope that you have an early happy birthday, happy holidays.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
That room ended up turning out awesome. One of my favorite makeovers, and that green paint for the tennis court on the wall was perfect. A little difficult to get, but perfect. And speaking of getting the right colors, we've got a Minion themed makeover where getting the right color for the wall was crucial, and we're gonna look at that. But first, let's see what Tack Renata from FHIA has for us today.
We've been talking a lot over the last several weeks about how important it is to have the initial consultation and to ask a lot of questions and get as much information as possible with your contractor. So today we felt it would be great to speak with one of the homeowners who actually made some decisions with our company. Love the opportunity. I'm excited to speak with Kristen to find out more about her experience. I know we're just starting the installation today, but as it started, how's it going so far?
It's going great. These guys are very professional. They actually put up some barriers to keep from, getting too much dust around the rest of my house, and they've been very considerate and very happy.
During your initial consultation, what are some of the bigger decisions that you guys had to make together to make sure we're doing the right product for your home?
Well, one of the decisions was obviously vinyl versus the aluminum, and we chose to go with the vinyl. I just felt that it was a better quality product. I feel like it'll last longer. It's not as hot to the touch. It's more energy efficient. So getting all that information from the sales representative was great.
I know for your unit and your community, it had to be bronze. So it was also important if we were going to go vinyl to find a product that also was available not just in white frame, but a bronze frame as well.
Yes, that was very important because the association does have these requirements. So.
And I know we had removed the shutters now, but there were shutters on here prior to us being here?
Yes, unfortunately, the shutters, they were rusting on the inside.
So knowing you were getting rid of the shutters was a part of the conversation when we're choosing the hurricane impact windows. Now they're going to be exposed, the glass is going to be exposed, so was a warranty really important? So if anything were to get damaged, you're not going to have to pay for those windows again?
Absolutely. That's actually one of the reasons why I chose your company in the first place. The lifetime warranty is very important to me. I have some comfort in knowing that if something were to happen, that you guys have our backs and you're going to come back and make sure that the windows get replaced and fixed and that we don't have to worry about that. It removes the stress.
Really appreciate Kristen giving us the time today to learn more about her initial consultation, and this installation is going perfectly, so I know she's happy with all the decisions she made. Back to you, Alena.
Thanks, Tat. So I wanted to share with you guys another one of my favorite makeovers, and this was a Minions themed kids room. And of course I started with the mood board, and I wanted to get the right balance of all the colors I'm working with. Since this is Minions themed, of course yellow was the main color, but there were other colors that worked with that, such as the navy and the grays. And when you're planning a room with such vibrant colors as your theme, it's good to, again, mix it up. So as you see, I have the yellow bedspread, the yellow lamps, the yellow chair, and of course, the yellow wall, which was the central focus of that room. And then I balanced it out with navy on the furniture pieces, the bed, and the ottomans, and then bought in some gray for the surrounding wall colors as well as the carpet tiles. So when we were starting the painting process, there was supposed to be just one bright yellow wall behind the bed, and the other 3 walls were going to be this beautiful gray blue. However, I noticed that this closet bookshelf area was going to remain open. The door is actually pocketed in, and I thought, why not add another pop of yellow there? So sometimes there's going to be areas in your room, like a little recessed closet like this, where you can accent with that additional bold color. And it really adds to the overall feel of the theme. As you can see, when I had that all painted, it was another opportunity to bring in some cute Minions decals, and another huge decal there on that wall. Actually, if you want to know the true behind the scenes, this decal was not the size of the entire wall. Sometimes you gotta get creative. So it actually was 2 eyes. We realized that both of them would not fit on the wall. So there are some Minions that do have just 1 eye, so we thought that's what it's gonna be. Cut it up. I actually ended up painting this area here and banding it so it looked like it was part of it. You're gonna have to get creative at times when it comes to decals if you don't have the size you need, but when you are good with a pair of scissors, you can make anything happen. Coming up next, take your room decor to the next level with removable wall murals. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and today we are taking a look behind the scenes of my design process for some of the makeovers you may have seen on previous episodes. And I also wanted to share some tips with you all at home if you're tackling a project of your own, some things to make it a little bit easier and to make the design process go smoother. A few months ago, we did a makeover for a mom who wanted to update the bedroom for her 2 boys who shared the space. So we had to come up with a way to make it work for both of them.
Since I like sports, I play basketball, I wanted to have my bed, my side of the room, like sports-like kind of.
I didn't want the sports in the room because like I don't like sports.
Initially, because he said he liked sports, I figured, you know, maybe to do the individuality, he would have the sports. He would like supercars, but then we were like, maybe that would be too busy.
The first challenge of this room was, how do you make a bedroom work for 2 boys and come up with one design? In this case, both of them had mentioned they loved lighting and cool things. They wanted fun lighting, so a galaxy theme was a great way to bring in fun lighting accents. So in the existing room, we've got a bunk bed, but at this point they have outgrown it and want a more grown-up bedroom. So we have got to go from bunk bed to 2 beds. When you're doing that, you lose floor space. So we had to figure out a floor plan that worked well to bring in 2 beds and now storage. So when you have it on the floor plan, it's easy to see that now you can fit 2 beds, you can have a good walkway, and then enough space in between the beds to fit a nightstand. So once you've tackled the space plan, it's all about the theme, right? So I ordered a removable mural. This is a 2-person job, so don't try to do it yourself because it's definitely more helpful, as you could see even in our footage, to have another person helping. Welcome to your new room.
Wow! Well, look, it looks like we're in a spaceship. It looks like we're in a spaceship.
Yeah. This really opens up the room. I love it.
To create the ultimate galaxy room, I wanted to project a galaxy on the ceiling and walls. So with the light projector that we got, we could project stars and galaxies, and they could change any color. So we've got a lot of great things here when it comes to fun, cool lighting.
Thank you. You are amazing.
Thank you, Alena.
So that was definitely one of my favorite makeovers because it helped solve a little sibling rivalry with great design. Next on SoFlo Home Project, theme room ideas for young adults. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing sharing some of our favorite room makeovers with you today, as well as some tips on if you're doing your own makeover at home, and hopefully you can implement some of those in your design projects. We talked earlier about kids' rooms and playrooms and teen rooms, but what about for those young adults? We did a room makeover for a recent college grad and worked with his mom to give him the ultimate gift once graduating college of a new bedroom.
I am extremely happy that my son is graduating. It's been 4 years. There's been a lot going on in the 4 years. He was very involved on campus, and I wanted to have him a space that was mature and brand new to go with his new life.
So what we did here started with a wallpaper. In this case, we wanted to do something very fine, and I chose a beautiful textured wall covering in a gray. So we started with largest surface area of the room, which was the accent wall behind the bed. That was this wallpaper. From there, I had the mood board put together of what we were doing in the space. So I'm working with the charcoal gray, the lighter gray, and of course this sort of natural wood and brown finish. And so a couple of other things that we did in this room that I hope might help you at home if you're designing a room in a similar size. So we ended up using a square carpet. When you have a king-size bed, you have to have at least an 8-foot by 10-foot rug that's going to go under it. So here, I just went with a square rug, saves a little bit in the overall budget, and it allowed for a cool look where it sort of covers one portion of the floor, and it's the area where you would walk on the most in the traffic of the room. So think about looking into other shapes, whether it's round or square. You don't always need to use one large rectangular rug.
Wow.
This is amazing. Alena, great job.
Oh my gosh. We got, okay, so I'm gonna start here. Your closet. We got rid of the dresser. It was crowding the space.
Yes, love the closet. Yes, I really do love the closet.
Awesome.
I absolutely love the room. I think you hit it right on the head. It is absolutely perfect.
And I love how like there's so much space and I don't feel like
Congested.
yes,
Crowded.
That's the good word. Yes.
Yes.
Wanted to free up space.
definitely.
So that was a really great makeover and quite a nice college graduation surprise as well. We had a lot of fun working on that. And now I wanted to close with something a little bit more colorful. We showed you a beautiful neutral room, but if you're thinking about doing something fun and with tile, I wanted to show you this bathroom that I designed with a little bit of the home team flavor in mind. Is what I really wanted to go all out and do something fun. Even though a bathroom is more of a semi-permanent space with all of the tile, you can still really make it impactful and cool. And what I wanted to do here was create a football field on the floor with mosaic. So I looked and I found a green mosaic and a white, and I actually had the tile installer put this together to create the yard lines and hash marks on the field itself. And then, of course, some aqua and orange that I bought in the shower area, which was also our end zone. And then the final piece was getting this almost fluorescent yellow 2x2 mosaic, and I used this to create a goal post in the end zone and capped it off with a custom mosaic 3D football that looks like it's breaking through the wall. So I hope that these tips were helpful and that you can implement any of them in your own home makeovers. And I also hope you enjoyed a little behind the scenes look. Sometimes designs don't always go as planned, but when you take time to plan them, the end result will always be good. And now let's see what Hunter Frankie from SoFlo Health has for us tomorrow. Hunter, what's going on?
Hey there, Alena. Tomorrow on SoFlo Health, we are walking in Aventura, working out in South Beach, and protecting your eyes from home. And Eva talks to an eye specialist about eye strain. We talk to you about screen time as well. When I say we're working out in South Beach, we're with Martin Gelbspan, and he shows us a lower body workout that's a little more advanced. And then we're walking here at the beautiful Don Sofer Exercise Trail in Aventura, and so much more. It's all tomorrow at 12:30 right here on Local 10.
Thanks, Hunter. We will definitely be watching. And to our viewers at home, thank you so much for joining us this week. And we hope to see you again next Saturday for another episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like home. SoFlo Home. Next week on SoFlo Home Project, we tour an exotic Balinese-inspired home located in our own backyard. It's one more example of the wonderful diversity that makes up South Florida design. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. You could also submit your own design disasters, and you never know, we could be knocking on your door to help. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.